Hello, race fans, and welcome once again to the Eastern Central Racing Association. Here we are, Season 1, race number 3 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Getting ready for 120 laps here at this 1.52-mile oval. Boy, they've got a beautiful night out there for racing. 78-degree air temperature, winds only 2 miles an hour. That track temperature is a toasty 111 degrees. And the guys got just a few more minutes left in practice before we go to qualifying. As always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to know when we go live. Click that notification bell. And look down in the description part of the video. Should be a link there for live timing and scoring, so you can follow along with the action there, or follow your favorite driver in and out of the pits and everything going on with them, him or her. And well, I tell you, we're just excited to get going here. And before we actually head on down to the track, let's take a look at the standings, where they are at the moment. Justin Lesher, he is your leader. Travis Krzyzewski second, Matthew Dunn third. Let's see here. Looks like that's I do believe, is that a tie? They're tied for actually second position. Wait a minute here. Let's see. No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong column there. And we're showing you a lot of data there and stuff. But yeah, they're second and third and fourth. Travis Eccles, Matthew Chase, well, he moved up 5 positions into the 5th spot. Cade Honey there in the 6th position. Robert Johnson 7th. Garrett Kaiser 8th. Danny Foster 9th. And Brian Kozad rounds out the top 10. And you look down through the stand. Now, this is your top 20 in the standings. And see where your favorite driver is. And well, a lot, obviously we're only on race number 3, a lot more racing to go, and the points are only going to get tighter and tighter as we go along. Let's head on down to the track here. Let's bring up timing and scoring, and see, looking like we have just over 5 minutes left here. See, there's Tyler Powers, getting a little sideways. And managed to hold on to it. Right now, he's currently 4th fastest. The best time of 30.194. Let's see who else is out there. There's Justin Lesher. He's your points leader. He's 9th quickest at the moment with a 30.2. I'm sorry, 6th fastest with a 30.247. There's the 11 machine of Levi McFarland. Now, he's 9th quickest with a 30.380. See who else we can see out here. There's a 27 Braxton Sponsler, 17th fastest at the moment at 30.612. Got a good feel out there tonight. We're showing about 23 cars in the server. And we'll be ready to get going here in just a few moments. And of course, want to give a shout out to the sponsor there, and thank them as always for joining us. Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. Let's see who else we see out on the track there. There's Brian Kozad. He's 3rd fastest, 30.180. Up at the fastest in practice right now is the 34 machine of Matthew Kinley, a 30.175. We'll see what happens if he can translate that over to qualifying. Nice sunny day here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. See, there's Corey Boone. He's 12th fastest with a 30.442. And I'm going to get on up here in the broadcast booth. So we'll be ready to chat with some of the guys later on here if we get a chance. You know, if there's a caution, maybe we'll get a chance to hop on board with the driver somewhere, you know, and see how things are going. And let's see here. There's the broadcast booth there. So I'm where I've got to be. We've got a lot of folks in the channels tonight too, so that's good. Should be able to grab some drivers here. Hey, you never know though, folks. You know, I've seen some a lot of green flag running here lately, and you know, it could happen again here tonight. And that will make 120 laps scoring. Oh, Corey Boone made a pretty darn good save there. There's the 55 Matthew Dunn. He's fifth fastest with a 30.201. See, there's James Mandarud. He's 13th quickest at the moment at 30.507. There's Hunter Parsons. He doesn't have a hot lap down just yet. He might be clocking one right here now as he crosses the line. Yes, he does. I mean, right now he's 24th fastest, and still getting that car up to speed here. And he crosses the line. Let's see what lap time he gets this time. Up to 18th quickest, to 30.636. Less than a minute to go in practice here. We'll be rolling over to qualifying. And I'm sure it's a private qualifying. And they do run the fixed setup, and they've got 75% fuel, and all the tires that they want. You don't have to worry about tires at all. They only have one fast repair. They'll have 2 attempts at a green-white checker should it come to that. And so we'll see how tonight's action unfolds here. About 15 seconds to go in the practice session here. And the clock is counting on down to 0. And we're going to get ready to roll on over to qualifying. Server will be wrapping up here shortly. And now we're going to wait for some cars to come out on track. And let's see. I think Tyler Powers is getting ready to head out. There he goes now, making his way out. Looks like he may be one of the first guys to get out on track. We'll ride on board him for this first hot lap here. Coming around now to take the green flag to start his first timed lap. Making his way now through out of 4, crosses the line. Let's see what his first lap is going to be. And he will start off with a 30.393. That'll be the time to beat. Currently at the top of the charts. So there's Brian Kozad. Well, he's almost right on the same part of the track. You know, that's the neat thing about private qualifying. There are literally other cars right on track with him, and they could almost be in the exact same. If they went out at the identical time, they could literally be on the track right with another car. I mean, you'll never see them. And he was 4th fastest, and he had just jumped right to the top, 30.252. Brian Kozad on provisional pole for the moment. There's Shane Christie, currently 4th fastest. It looks like he's done. He's already got his 2 laps in, so that'll be it for him there. There's Levi McFarland trying to get that pole position. I think he's already done, though, for the evening. Let's see who else is out. There's James Manderud. Yeah, looks like he's done 11th quickest there. And it looks like a lot of the drivers probably are done. And we have to wait for the session to wind down. And it's only about 2 minutes and 40 seconds into it. Now, who knows? I'm not sure if they're going to let the entire thing roll down or not. They may or they may not. And we'll have to wait and see. And while we're waiting, let's see everybody. I don't see anybody else coming out on track. There may be some guys who are opting not to go out and qualify at all and just start at the back. And so while we're waiting here, let's go ahead and take a quick break here, and we will be right back. And you're watching the Eastern Central Racing Association. This race number 3 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, here on Rice Motorsports TV.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling.
Okay, we're back here, and we're waiting for the clock to count down to 0, and I don't see any other cars on track, so they should be rolling over here in just a few moments. And while we're waiting for them to grid up, we'll go ahead and pause here for our national anthem. Okay, the cars are rolling off. Let's take a look at your starting grid. Boy, on the pole, we have Brian Kozad, Matthew Kinley starting second, Levi McFarland third, Matthew Dunn fourth, Tyler Powers fifth, Hunter Parsons sixth, Justin Lesher seventh, Braxton Sponsler eighth, and ninth is Shane Christie. Corey Boone rounds out the top 10. Then we have Stephen McComas 11th, 12th we have Cody Nevin, 13th James Manderud, Travis Kuzminski 14th, 15th Garrett Kaiser, David Meacham 16th, and 17th Craig Martin, 18th John Hopley, 19th Danny Foster, Cade Honey 20th, then we have Matthew Chase 21st, Bob Johnson 22nd, Travis Eccles 23rd, and Kyle Martin in the 24th position. Cars making their way now through turns 3 and 4. There, the pitchers. I was wondering where their pitchers went to. I was looking for them earlier and didn't know why they weren't in there. Hopefully they're all show up now. They're making their way out of turn 4. Pace car should be coming off here momentarily. And there he goes. We'll be waiting for that green flag. And we've got a green flag. We're racing here at Las Vegas. That takes him down into turn 1. Boy, Matthew Kinley is right there, folks. And another Matthew Dunn is right there behind him. But those two are you know, Kinley is taking that higher line out of 3 and 4. Kozad comes around to complete lap number 1 in the lead. Matthew Dunn, he's got his hands full with Levi McFarland. McFarland there in that 11 car. Man, these guys, boy, look at this. They're duking it out already. Here we go through turns 3 and 4. Boy, there's going to be some quick laps here at Las Vegas, folks. They are mixing it up already. They crossed the line. Matthew Kinley is now your leader. Kozad actually, he's back to 4th position there. Starting to fall back just a little bit. That car's battling all throughout the field. A little further back, there's Travis Kraswinski there in the 8th spot. Battling hard there with Shane Christie. Corey Boone right there in front of him. There's the 43 car right there. Well, let's see. Is that 43? Yeah, 43. Now, I see a car with the number 43, but I don't see a 43 on the timing and scoring here, so I'm not sure why his car is showing number 43. See who that is. Okay, that's Cody Nevin. His car has the number 43 on it, but he's listed as the number 5. So we'll have to remember that, folks. When you see the 43, I guess technically he's the number 5. So we'll have to check on some of that a little bit here. Kinley still leading. Let's look a little further back. There's John Hopley there in the 17th position. Got a nice battle going on there with Cade Honey. Honey down on the inside. Honey actually just did get by Hopley there. I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to stay locked on him for a second because that is not Cade's picture there. We're going to have to fix that. I'm pretty sure we have a picture for him. And if we don't, we'll have to take that one away until we get one. Oh boy, somebody's spinning behind him. Who was that? I saw somebody in the grass. I think that was James Mandaroo that went spinning there. Okay, the pitchers are acting a little weird here tonight. Now, that's Adam Aylshire. For some reason, his picture is showing up on a lot of the drivers' cars, and not exactly sure why that's doing it. None of the pictures were showing up at all earlier, so something a little weird going on with the software tonight. My apologies for that, but hey, you guys, you know who you are. And we'll check that if we get a chance here, if we have a caution anywhere along the way. Shane Christie. That's strange. I've never seen that happen before. There's Tyler Power. Got him in there. Currently in the 2nd position, just a second behind Matthew Kinley. We're 9 laps in already. Let's look a little further back. There's a nice battle going on there. Corey Boone battling Hunter Parsons. Parsons in that 00 machine. Man, these guys are going at it. I mean, they're really battling hard here. Throughout the field, too. Good racing all throughout the field. Let's look a little further back. There's Shane Christie in the 7th position. Further back up in the top 5, Hunter Parsons running currently 5th. Well, I tell you, there's not hardly a spot throughout the field where they aren't battling for position. We can just go all over the place. There's David Meacham in the 10th position. Now he's got Travis Kuzwinski and Shane Christie in front of him. Kuzwinski, he's there in that 93 machine. That's down here. I think that's down him on the inside line there. Battling hard with the, who's that in front of him? That's the 7 of Christie there, Shane Christie, on that high side. Meanwhile, up the front, Matthew Kinley, now he's open. He's still at about 1.07 second lead. Tyler Powers got his hands full, though, with Justin Lesher. Lesher right there on his tail. Had to get out of it there just a little bit. Still has the leader in his sights. Now they have unlimited tires here tonight. It'll be interesting to see, how far they can push these tires here at Las Vegas. They are sliding just a little bit coming out of those turns. You can see on the track map, the top 3 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. There's Corey Boone in the 4th position. He's battling there with Parsons. Hunter Parsons in that 00 machine. And right behind them, Levi McFarland running 6th. Now they're starting to spread out just a little bit here now because he doesn't have he's got a gap behind him as well. Almost 3/4 of a second back to Brian Kozad. You see more of the field starting to get spread out here. There's Meacham back there, right behind Kozlinski. A little further back, Cody Nevin. And he's still having a battle there with Cade Honey. You see everybody was really getting up on the wheel there at the start of the race, and now I think the tires are starting to wear a little bit. They done worn the goodie off of those tires, and cars are starting to settle down now for this first long fuel run here. There we're 20 laps in of 120 already, and I think it'll be more of a tire war than anything. Probably should be able to go a good distance. Of course, they only have 70% fuel as well, so we'll see how that shakes everything out here. And with new leader Tyler Powers now up to the point there. McKinley still right there. Matthew Kinley, that is. Hasn't lost him yet. He's right there behind him. Justin Lesher still in the third position, still a little ways back, but not too far. Managing to keep the two leaders in sight. I'll give a shout out to the folks in the chat. Thank y'all for supporting the league there. You're cheering on your favorite drivers there. Give a shout out there. There's say hi to Sam Casey there. Hey Nick, how y'all doing? Cheering on your favorite drivers. Well, further back, there's Levi McFarland. That he's in the sixth position. He's got his hands, let's see, he's right there. That's him in the 11th car. And he's trying to work on Hunter Parsons there for that position. Boy, Las Vegas is another one of those fun tracks that's, a nice fast track. It's a big track, but you turn laps here really quickly. It just seems like they just go by so fast. I mean, we're 24 laps in already. Seems like the race just started. Let's look a little further back in the field. There's Stephen McComas running 12. He's got the 55 Matthew Dunn right there, right behind him, trying to make a move on him there. A little further back, let's see, there's Danny Foster in the 17th position. And he's ahead of Bob Johnson, but he's almost half a second ahead of the 76. There's Johnson there. He's followed by Travis Eccles on 19th position. Matthew Chase back in the 20th spot. He's followed by Braxton Sponsler, the 27 car. Meanwhile, up the front, Tyler Power, he continues to lead. Boy, that gap is now just over 1.5 seconds ahead of Matthew Kinley. There's Kinley, boy, he's got his hands full with Justin Lesher. Lesher actually just taking that position away from the 34, put Justin up to the number 2 position. They're racing side by side down the back stretch. Well, Kinley is trying to get that position back. And Lesher, they were doing this at the last race. They're going to start trading positions here again at the line. Lesher holds on to it this time as they start lap 28. Kinley on the high side. These guys, they race pretty well together, going door to door, lap after lap. Let's look further back there behind him. There's Travis Kozlinski running 8th. He's got good separation from David Meacham and Cade Honey. Honey's trying to make a move on Meacham. And now he's trying to get under McFarland there. He drives under the 11. Cade Honey on the move here. McFarland fighting back on the high line there. He might lose that position. Boy, there's a 13 of David Meacham. He's pulling up into that party as well. Watching these two go at it. David Meacham trying to find a way past the 77 and the 11 car. Honey decides to settle in behind McFarland there for a minute. McFarland holding on to that 8th position. Boy, 31 laps on the board already. They need to make this race longer. These guys are going to be, they're about a quarter of the way through already, folks. Good battles going on here. Now Powers, he's starting to pull away from Kinley there. That's Kinley, though, he still has his hands full with Justin Lesher. Oh, and he just got into the wall. He's not battling him anymore. He managed to save it and continue on, but man, that cost him second place, and he's falling back here a little bit. I'll be curious to see if he has any damage. He's going to check that car out, see how it's feeling there. Looks like he's going to stay on track here. They only have the one faster pair. So he's able to, you can see he got a little damage there on that right front. So he's going to have to nurse that along for a little bit. Front of that hood just bowed up just a little bit there. Now he's currently in the 5th spot. And actually Brian Kozad is trying to get by him there. Couldn't quite make the pass. Actually did make the pass. I stand corrected. He did get past Kinley there. So now Kinley's back to the 6th position. And you can see all these guys, how well they're spaced out. Look a little further back. And somebody, oh no, Levi McFarland. Is he, okay, is this a green flag pit stop here? Here, lap 35. He is coming down on pit road. Getting rolled down so he don't get a speeding penalty. And he hits pit road. He's the first car to come in. Green flag pit stops are now underway here on lap 35. We'll see who goes further than that. Making his way down, and it's probably more for tires, perhaps. It may be, they are running that 70% fuel. Yeah, he's getting tires for that Toyota Camry there. Car looks in pretty good shape. No dings on it at all. It looks like we only have one retirement, Kyle Martin, unless he's running race control. That may be the case. Manderud and Sponsler a couple of laps down, but other than that, everybody else is still running. Levi McFarland, he's in and out. He's the only car that has stopped so far. See, there's Cade Honey, still in that 6th position. Matthew Kinley is still there. He was battling up there for 2nd place and lost it and came down and tapped the wall a little bit and was able to continue. And so far he's holding on in 2nd place. Now, he may have some minor repairs when he finally does come in and get tires. He'll probably have some a little bit of repair work done on that 34 machine. You know, nobody else is pitted just yet. Take that back. Let's see. Hopley, okay, these guys down here that are a few laps down, they stopped early on in the race. Hopley, McFarland, Mandarud, and Sponsor. But other than that, no one else has stopped just yet. Levi McFarland being the only one, and he's currently a lap down. I believe he is anyway. Let's check that again. Yep, he's in the lucky dog position, and so he's definitely going to want to see some. What if a caution would have come out? He'd get that lucky dog. Let's look further up the field here. There's Matthew Kinley there. Still running in the 7th spot. A little further up, Hunter Parsons in that 3rd position. He can see the 2 leaders up there ahead of him. The leaders are over 3 seconds ahead of Hunter. Oh, and somebody else coming in. I think that was Justin Lesher. Oh, and he slammed. He tried to get on the brakes at the very last second. I think he ended up slamming into the inside wall there. Boy, coming in really hot. And we saw some guys coming in like super quick last week as well. Getting tires and fuel for that number 8 machine. More guys are coming in now. There's Matthew Dunn. He's in. Eric Kaiser's in there in the 18 car. There's Corey Boone making his way in. Powers, he now comes in. And your race leader at the moment is Hunter Parsons. And they're still, the top 13 are still out there, have yet to stop. Ryan Kozad, was your pole sitter, and now back up to the 2nd position so far. Getting great fuel mileage. Who knows, this could play out later on in the race. As he continues to circulate, he doesn't come in that time, and he will come around to start lap 45. That's Cade Honey right there behind him, trying to close in on the 87 there. Less than half a second. And they're continuing to stay out here. See, Craig Martin's making his way down on pit road. Already overshot there a little bit. Oh, boy, that's going to cost him some time there for sure. Got in a little crooked. Still in there at enough that he can get the tires on that 22 car and get back out on track. And just as he's leaving, there's Shane Christie. I think he's making his way in. Oh, actually, he's making his way out. My bad. Okay, he's on his way out. There's Cade Honey making his way down to his pit box. And he puts on the brake. Did he overshoot? No, he just did get there. It looked like it was close, though. Danny Foster on his way back out. Brian Kozad, I was about to say, he was still out there, and now he's finally coming in here, lap 47. And that hands the lead to Travis Eccles in the 72 machine, and now he's coming in. And that's going to hand the lead. I started to say it's going to hand it to Matthew Chase, but he's also coming in. So looking like maybe 47, 48, about the maximum they can go here. I don't see anybody else. Everybody, that's everybody now on pit road. There's Johnson on his way back out. And right now, McComas, he has actually, I'm about to say, okay, he went 48 laps. He stayed out longer than anybody, and so now he's the last car to come in the entire race, I believe. Well, there's I'm not sure what happened to Kyle Martin. I don't see him. Did he? Okay, he's the guy that's out. I'm not sure if he's doing race control or what. I'm not sure what the deal is there. But things have cycled around, and we're back to Tyler Powers. Back up to the point here, and usual suspects. There's Justin Lesher right there behind them. Corey Boone now in that third position. He's got Levi McFarland right behind him there in the fourth spot. And followed by Cade Honey. A lot of the fast drivers that we've seen so far in this league, they're making their way to the front here. Now, Honey, he made up 15 positions. He may not have put in a qualifying time at all, just started at the back, and he's made his way into the top 5. He's followed by Brian Kozad. The pole sitter now running in the 6th position, now followed by Matthew Kinley. And he was able to avoid a little bit of disaster there when he got loose and spun and tapped the wall earlier. He's followed by the 55 Matthew Dunn. I tell you, these cars are like on rails when they first get those brand new tires. And then once they start to wear, and then it's a question, can they hold their position? Kozad now back to the 8th spot. Let's see who's behind it. There's David Meacham back there in 9th. Then we have John Hopley down in the 10th position. You've got Garrett Kaiser there right behind him. Well, 2.3 seconds behind him, actually. He's battling with Chris Winsky there. Chris Winsky trying to make a move on the 18 car there as they go down to turn 1. He's going to take that 11th spot. Got a long ways to go to catch the leaders. Currently running 11th. He's like 27 seconds behind the leader. You see him going through turns. He's actually coming out of 4. And you know what? The leader is not too far behind him, actually. You look on the track map, you see he's going down to turn 1, and the leader is just crossing start-finish line. So, boy, you know, how quick your luck can change from week to week. And he was up there battling amongst the leaders last week, and now he's at almost the tail end of the lead lap here. The only other car that's behind him on the lead lap is Garrett Kaiser right there. And you look behind him, and Christie is, let me see, how many laps is Christie down? Now he's only 1 lap down, Shane Christie. And Shane Christie has the leader of the race. Powers right there behind him. There he is, and there's the leader. So let's see here. Now, Tyler Powers, he stopped on lap 41. Second place, Justin Lesher stopped on lap 40. Cade Honey stopped on lap 46. And Corey Boone, he stopped on lap 41. Levi McFarland, he came in early. He stopped on lap 34. So of the top five, Cade Honey, he went the farthest, 46 laps. 5 laps further than any other car in the top five. And so it'll be interesting to see if he can hold that pace there throughout the rest of the race. Now he's about 7 seconds behind the leader. So if he can outlast them, who knows? It may end up being a good day for the 77 there. Let's look a little further back in the field. There's Matthew Chase. And he's got the leader right behind him. I'm sorry, actually, he's got Foster and Eccles right behind him. They're battling for position. The leader had just passed them there. That's Tyler Powers on the high side. And you got those guys underneath him there battling for position. Danny Foster on that high line. Well, I know that leader, he's probably like, man, I'm going to stay away from these guys. They're battling for position. I don't want to get caught up in all of that. Back up front, Cade Honey, he is now about, let's see, he's about just under 6 seconds, 5.8 seconds, 5.7 seconds behind the leader, Justin Lesher. He's just almost 4.5 seconds behind Tyler Powers. Corey Boone, he's back in fourth position. Boone is about a little over like 8.3 seconds behind the leader. Continuing on, he's no threat. Well, let's see. McComas is right there behind him, about 0.7 of a second. But he's not. He's not on the lead lap though. I don't believe he is. Yeah, he's 2 laps down. Levi McFarland is next. He's back in the 5th position. There's a bit of a gap between him though and 4th place Corey Boone. He's got lap cars around him, or cars that are a lot further down the order. Let's see, a little further back, Matthew Kinley there. Oh, we got somebody going on pit road. Who is that? That's John Hopley. And let's see, this is his second time in. Car looking pretty good. Got all the fenders nice and straight on that 99 car. Locking them up just a little bit. He hits the marks. Didn't overshoot, so he got in there clean. Trying to maximize that pit stop delta. For those of you who may be new to motorsports, that pit stop delta, that's the entire time you're on pit road from the moment you pass the yellow cones at the entry to when you pass the green cones at the end. And that's your time spent on pit road, including the time you're stationary and car being serviced. Quicker you can get in there and get that car stopped, the better off you will be overall in the long run. Tyler Powers now working some traffic here. He's got Travis Eccles right there in front of him, and Eccles, like I said, he's battling there. Looks like he's battling with Danny Foster there for position. They've got the leaders there right there behind them. That's Foster there with Eccles behind him, and that's the leader behind Eccles. As they're making their way now out of turn 4. Where everybody's having good races throughout the field here. Powers look like he's kind of laying back here, like, I'm going to let these guys duke it out and not get too close to this. He's got the gap to Honey. Now, Cade Honey's now up to second. He's got 3.5 seconds on the 77 card there, so he's actually doing pretty good to kind of hold what he's got there so far. A little further back, there's Corey Boone. Now he's got lap cars around him as well in that 4th position. So there's no, he's in no danger of being passed by anybody. Now 3rd is Justin Lesher. He's a little further up the field there in the 3rd spot. He's only just over a second behind second place Cade Honey. There's Cade right there, running in that 2nd position, just about exactly 3 seconds behind Tyler Powers. We're 67 laps in now, a little ways past the halfway mark already. This 120 lap event. There's Matthew Chase in the 11th position now. He's battling with Garrett Kaiser for that position. Kaiser there in the 18 car right behind him. Let's see, there's David Meacham. David's now in the 5th position, having a good run there. He's got McFarland behind him there in that in the 11 car. They're battling for a position there. McFarland trying to get that top 5 spot. Somebody's on pit road. That's James Manderud making his way down. Here, lap 71. Tires and fuel. And he lights him up as he exits his pit box on his way back out. There's Brian Kozad in the 7th position now. Cade Honey, that gap to the leader, Tyler Powers, is now 1.4 seconds. He's gotten a little bit of a gap between him and Justin Lesher. There's Lesher right there. And McComas, I don't believe he's on the lead lap. And he's right behind him. And Corey Boone's back there in the 4th spot. Pretty clean track there in front of him. Let's see, behind him there, that's Hopley. He's not on the lead lap, so next couple of cars behind him, it's not going to, oh boy, Hopley really closed up quickly on him there. And it's not going to hurt him that 99 gets by because they're not battling for position. 99 goes on by. Boone continues along in that 4th spot. There's the 55, Matthew Dunn, currently running 8th. He's battling with Levi McFarland. He's right behind McFarland, less than a couple of tenths of a second there. Trying to make a pass on the 11 here. They go down to turn 1. And he's going to easily get by the 11, move into that 7th position. McFarland trying to fight back. Now that's a lap car down on the inside. He's not battling with those guys at all. See that battle going on there. Back up at the front, Tyler Powers. That gap's now 1.3 seconds. From him to Cade Honey. There's Cade right there. You got a couple of lap cars directly behind him. And you can see where he is in relation to him. There's Justin Lesher in the 3rd position. He's got each of these guys in the front here. They've got some lap cars directly behind them, so they don't really have any big pressure from losing that particular position at the moment here. Let's look a little further back. There's Brian Kozad in the 6th spot. And he's also, now he's chasing David Meacham, who's running 5th. There he is, and there's David right in front of him. About a couple of tenths of a second ahead of the 87. Oh, did something happen? He got out of the gas. I don't think he hit the wall unless he was slowing down for something else. Man, you could see a bunch of smoke came from the 13. I don't know if that was just him locking up the brakes or what. He is continuing on. Brian Kozad right there. Trying to set him up for a pass, heading down to turn 1 here. Going to drive under the 13, move him up to the 5th spot. Brian Kozad trying to make his way back to the front. That lap car there, Mandarud, he's down on the inside, his 05 machine. There's somebody else on pit road. There's Bob Johnson making his way. Just finished getting service in there. Braxton Sponsler making his way in that 27 machine. And he locks them up, and he doesn't overshoot. Gets right on the marks there. Here comes Corey Boone down pit road. Pitting from the 7th position here. He gets his marks there. See anybody else coming in? There's Levi McFarland making his way down. And he's showing damage. He's got a little bit of damage there on the front of that car. Oh boy, he got a bit of damage. He got into something or someone somewhere. Don't know if he'll use a fast repair or not. Let's see. No, he doesn't use it. You see a little damage there on that left front tire as well, over top of that fender. Knocked in there just a little bit. Tyler's, he's down and away. Making his way back out into the battle here. Cade Honey right now is currently your leader. He got ahead of Powers. Powers trying to get back by him now. Powers down on the inside. Trying to see if he can take the lead back from the 77. Not going to get there this time around. And may have gotten to the point in here where, he might have run the tires off the car just a little bit. But Cade Honey got around him, and then now he's just kind of motoring away ever so slightly. 0.6 of a second. Now 0.7 of a second. Let's look a little further back. There's Travis Keselowski. Oh, and somebody else is coming into the pits. That's Matthew Kinley. He's coming in. Powers is also coming in. He's followed by Justin Lesher. A lot of your top drivers right there. Right now, I think it's just three of them on pit road. Vanderwood is in, but he's a few laps down. Matthew Dunn. Oh, Matthew Dunn. Did he almost hit the wall coming in? Boy, I tell you, we've seen some of these guys just come in so hot trying to get that car locked down so as not to get a pit road speeding penalty and almost pay the price with that, making contact with that inside wall. I think he might have avoided disaster there. Car looks pretty good. He did overshoot just a little bit, trying to hurry up and get in there as quickly as he possibly can. Now Cade Honey is cycled to the front here again. Keselowski on the tail end of the lead lap. I think he's about to go a lap down. There he goes. Keselowski, he stopped on lap 46. Cade Honey also stopped on lap 46. So wow, they both stopped on the same lap, and Keselowski just got lapped by a car that stopped at the same time as he did. Now both of them, when they do pit, Honey, he stopped on lap 46. Keselowski, like I said, both stopped on lap 46. So he might want to try to stop exactly the same time as Honey so he can at least try to battle and get back on the lead lap. With the majority of the field of the lap down right now, because we're still waiting for, I'd say, about the top four here to pit at some point. I think Honey might have been the one that went the farthest, so we'll see how far he goes this time. I think he went to lap 43 or 46 or something like that the first time that he pitted. He's continuing on as Brian Kozad, currently in the second position. Now he's got lap cars both in front of him and behind him, so no one that he's battling with in particular here. Now, there's several cars 2 and 3 laps down. There's David Meacham in the third spot. He also last pitted on lap 46, so these guys up the front now are definitely going the distance. But I don't think it's going to, I don't think it's going to cycle out right for them here, because we're at lap 92. So about 28, laps or so to go. So when they stop, it's still going to put them back down the order here. And so it's just a matter of time. More folks coming in here. Keselowski's already on pit road. Foster, he just got in. There's Greg Martin. He's making his way to his pit box. And there's Cade Honey. He finally coming down pit road. Kozad stayed out unless he's coming down in. Now he's coming in. Let's see if David Meacham comes in, or does he stay out another lap? Looks like he's going to continue on. And He'll be scored in the first position here as we start lap 93. Let's see if he comes and pits this time. Yeah, it sounds like he's going to get on in here. Let's see how quickly he gets in there. Nice controlled entry to pit lane there. And as he pits, that will transfer the lead to Matthew Chase here. Chase pitted on lap 47 last time around. Tyler Power now is Matthew Chase. He is let's see where he is. He's going down the backstretch. Powers is in the second position. He's also on the backstretch. He's at the other end of the backstretch, so he will easily transfer back to the lead once Chase does come in. Look like he's coming in right now. So he's making his way on the pit road. There's Tyler Powers right there, moving right to the lead once again. Oh, we showed somebody crashed here. I think it was Craig Martin. Look, he might have spun from the looks of it. Oh, he's missing the back of that car there. Let's look at that replay, see if we can see what happened here. There he is, the 22 car. Oh, and he got down on the apron and got back up. He got into the 43. Oh boy, he almost collected somebody else. Bang, banged into, backed into that inside wall. He's lucky that it was the back of the car and not the front. That would have probably been most likely a faster pair if he had gone in there nose first, and he got away with that one, making his way down pit road. Let's see if he uses his faster pair or not. And yes, he does. Boom, just like that, folks. Boy, wouldn't that be nice if you could do that in real life? So he's on his way back out. There's Cody Nevin making his way in. Craig Martin also coming in again here. I'm sorry, making his way out. That was him on the way out. So Powers, he continues to lead. Lesher there 2.5 seconds behind him. These guys are just kind of cruising along here, and they're holding their positions. Cade Honey in that third spot, not really that far behind. He can actually battling pretty good there. He's got Kinley, that's not for position. He's going to try to get past the 34 car as quickly as possible, because that's Cade Honey right up there in front of him, right there. Now 23 laps remaining in this event. And he is trying to run down Justin Lesher. He's now at half a second. Boy, look at that gap coming down. There he is. There's Lesher right there. Boy, Cade Honey is coming in. He's coming in a hurry too, boy. And now they are right there battling for position. Powers, he's well out in front, over 2 seconds. So these two guys are battling for this, who's going to be the best of the rest at this moment. Lesher still trying to get by it. Couldn't quite make the pass on the 77 that time around. He now got his momentum going once again here. Almost half a second ahead of the 8 car. Let's look a little further back. There's Matthew Dunn in the 6th position. He's got David Meacham right behind him. That is a battle for position right there. Meacham trying to catch that 55 machine. He's less than half a second, about 3/10 now behind Dunn. 19 laps remaining. I believe everybody should have the tires to make it to the end at this point here. It may not be as fresh as they'd want them to be, but here he is now trying to make this pass, and he will move to the 6th position ahead of Matthew Dunn. There's Matthew Dunn. Where's Matthew Kinley at? There he is. Now he's in the 8th position, and he's actually in the lucky dog position as well, should something else happen. And at the moment, he would benefit from that. Oh no! And he gets sideways, catching the grass a little bit. He's able to maintain control of it, or get control back, that is. Nice save there by Matthew Kinley. Boy, I bet you that gave a little bit of a heart attack. Man, that woke him up for sure. And now he's falling into the clutches of Travis Krzyzewski. There's Krzyzewski right there, smelling blood in the water. Trying to move in, put more pressure on that 34 car. You probably saw him get loose there and know that he's pushing super hard. Kozlinski moving in now, getting ever closer, less than 2/10 of a second. Here they go down through turns 3 and 4. And they're still battling neck and neck here. Kozlinski got a nose out front. He'll go ahead and take the position as they go into turn 1 and 2 here. Now, you know what? They're actually, Tyler Powers, he was half a second behind Honey there. Honey had actually, made up there. He caught Tyler Powers. He's now at the front. And actually, let's see. Powers, he's still there, but now he's starting to lose ground. He's 1.2, now almost 1.3 seconds behind the leader. Where his tires may be falling off a bit here. He's been pretty strong throughout each fuel run here. But he's definitely starting to lose ground to the 77. Cade Honey making those tires last. Now 13 laps remaining. Question will be is, can he maintain this pace and stay ahead of Powers? Powers isn't too far back enough. They cross the line at 12 laps remaining. Field is once again spread out quite a bit. A little bit of a traffic jam on the backstretch there. You have to easily make your way through the back markers there as they come up on them. Let's look further back here. There's Kozlinski running 8th, and he doesn't have anybody right now that he's competing with for position. Lap cars in front of and behind him. David Meacham in the 6th position. He also is pretty comfortable there in that position. Brian Kozad running 5th. And he's also running, making his way through some lap cars. Corey Boone there in the 4th position. And these guys have sufficient insulation between each other and the next person for position. So none of them can really get at each other. There's Justin Lesher in the 3rd spot. And he's got one car between him and Tyler Powers. And that's the number in 7th position. That's Matthew Dunn. Now 8 laps remaining. Cade Honey is now enjoying a 3-second lead over Tyler Powers. Not too much in the way of traffic in front of him. Continue to set this pace here. Come to the line now. It'll be 7 laps remaining. As we ride along here with Cade Honey, you can see he's like on the highway there all by himself there. Look a little further back. There's David Meacham. And he's getting underneath the 11 there. Oh, Levi McFarland. And I believe McFarland, I think he's actually in the lucky dog position. Yep, no he isn't, I'm sorry. Kinley is actually in the lucky dog position, the 34 car. And running 9th at the moment. 6 laps remaining. That's 4th place, Corey Boone there, right behind him. Oh boy, he got a little loose there. The 7 car Christie. Now they're not even battling for position. Christie, he's in the 17th position. Boy, the laps are winding down fast. Look a little further back. There's Travis Eccles in the 12th spot. See, Matthew Chase is for position directly in front of him, but he's over 5 seconds down the road. Hunter Parsons, there he is right there. That is a battle for position, him and Eccles. But he's 1.3 seconds behind the 72 car. 4 laps now remaining. Cade Honey there. He's got the 50 car of Danny Foster directly behind him, and then we have the Tyler Powers machine, number 20, back in the 5th spot. Oh boy, look at Levi McFarland. He's missing his whole nose. He's missing the front of it and the back of that car. Oh, is the back on there? I think the back might be on there. Yeah, the back is still on there, but wow. The whole front clip missing from that 11 machine. The right rear is kind of tore up there a little bit as well. So something happened to him. And he's currently running in 14th position, 2 laps down. So now it's all about just making his way around. Now here we go. Next time he's about to come to the line here. As he crosses the line, white flag will be in the air. Honey with a 6-second gap over Tyler Powers. There's Powers now. He just crossed the line going down to turn 1. Justin Lesher there, not too far behind him there. In fact, they got Matthew Dunn between them. But here we go, coming out of turn 4. He's making his way down to the line, and it'll be a win here tonight for Cade Honey. here at Las Vegas. Cade Honey, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to go down and get your top three in the broadcast booth here, or in the winner's circle, actually. See if we can find them. There's Cade. Let's see. Where is... We're going to move him down to victory lane. And let's see. I was trying to move him down to victory lane unless he already moved. He may have already moved himself. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's there. Justin Lesher, and he's there. We got to get Tyler Powers. Let's find Tyler, get him in there. Let's see, where you at, Tyler? Okay, he's made his way down there. Let's go ahead and head on down ourselves. Hey, folks, we're here with the top three. Cade Honey, Tyler Powers, and Justin Lesher. Hey, Cade, you got a copy?
I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations. Boy, I tell you, you worked that strategy out pretty good and got to the front there and never looked back, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. I know this was probably not so good of a race to watch, but, man, those are the kind of races I dream of.
Well, I tell you, man, but you guys, you were zooming throughout the field, and there were battles going on throughout the field for a good portion of the race there. And because I guess the pit strategy played a lot, didn't it?
I'm going to say I've always known myself to be better on the long runs, and what did we get one there?
Yeah, I tell you, I'm trying to think. We never even had a caution. We went green flag all the way, I believe, didn't we? I do believe we did. I do believe we did. Yeah, man. Well, congratulations. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to my friend Jacob. I don't know if he's watching right now. I know he has to work tomorrow, but we'll give out a shout out to him.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, and see you next week too.
Hey now. Hey, Tyler, you got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man, I tell you, boy, you were strong all race long, and but Cade kind of ran you down there at the very end. Do you think it was your tires going away, or what happened there?
Yeah, it was good racing. I don't know. At the end of the race, it just seemed really tight. I couldn't get my car to hook up, and I seen Cade coming and just had to let him go.
10-4, man, but you had a good run throughout the entire race. Good strategy, and I tell you, that's still a very good finish there for you. Congratulations. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Thanks for that. No, not really.
Okay. Well, hey, man, a few words there. That's all right. But congratulations again, man, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks. See you.
You know? Hey, Justin, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, I tell you, good racing there, man. I tell you, you guys are really going at it there throughout the racing, man. Good, hard, clean racing, flag to flag, man. Congratulations on that third place finish there.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I think my parents were watching, so I'll give a shout out to them. Thanks for watching.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
All right, man. See you.
Hey, now. Okay, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up the finishing order here for you. Move some of this out of the way so we can get to it. There we go. And here we have Cade Honey is your winner. Tyler Power second. Justin Lesher third. Corey Boone fourth. Brian Kozad in that fifth position. Sixth, we have David Meacham. Then in seventh, we have Matthew Dunn. Travis Kozwinski eighth. Matthew Kinley ninth. Garrett Kaiser rounds out the top 10. The 11th, we have Matthew Chase. Travis Eccles 12th. 13th, Hunter Parsons. Levi McFarland, 14th. Danny Foster, 15th. Shane Christie, 16th. And 17th, we have Bob Johnson. Stephen McComas in that 18th position. 19th is John Hopley. Craig Martin, 20th. Cody Nevin, 21st. Braxton Sponsler, 22nd. 23rd is James Mandarud, and Kyle Martin, who may have been just working race control. He scored his 120, but he might have been the race control here tonight. So I tell you, boy, we appreciate you joining us here tonight for race number 3 with the Eastern Central Racing Association, and we'll hope you will join us next time around. And for all of us at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.